The public and the people are furious at Kier Starmer. Once again, he's made an absolute fool of himself, and this time he's done it on social media. His tweet on X and his reference to what has happened with the Maccabi Tel Aviv fans in Israel and his use of quoting about anti-Semitism has really riled up the public. I'm going to show you exactly what Kier Starmer has said, the public's reaction to his post, and the little bit of background behind it all. So make sure you stay locked in. Don't go anywhere. This is True Brit Media. Welcome along to the channel. And if you can support me by hitting that subscribe button, it's free of charge. Go down and do it so you keep in the loop with all the latest news. We're trying to hit 50 subscribers. Make it happen. Get in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Do you sit with Kier here, or are you, like me, absolutely shaking your head thinking this guy's a joke? And of course, like the stream as well. So let's get into the crux of everything. What is going on in the world? What has Kier Starmer said now? Well, let me show you. The background context to this all is here, people. No Maccabi Tel Aviv fans are allowed at the Villa match. This is in reference to Aston Villa's Europa League game against Maccabi Tel Aviv in Birmingham next Thursday. Now, frustratingly, football and politics should never mix, but it does. And this is just a really, really soul-destroying story, really. I don't know how to make of this because it's more Kier Starmer's reaction than anything. But let me give you the background of this. No Maccabi Tel Aviv fans will be allowed to attend their Europa League match away to Aston Villa because of safety concerns. West Midlands Police has concerns about its ability to deal with any potential protests when the Israeli side play at Villa Park on Thursday. The safety advisory group, the body responsible for issuing safety, informed Villa no travelling fans will be permitted at the match. Villa have said that they're going to work with the club and basically the local authorities, and they want the safety of the supporters and the safety of local residents at the forefront of their mind. Now, Kier Starmer has basically slammed the police's decision to do that and said it's the wrong one. Okay, that's the first point. Kier Starmer saying it's the wrong one, but the reason for this is really clear. It says here, the upcoming game has been classed as a high risk and following a thorough assessment. The decision is based on the current intelligence and previous incidents, including violent clashes and hate crime offences that occurred during the 2024 Europa League match between Ajax in Amsterdam. Basically, they ran riot in Amsterdam. They terrorized the city. The hatred they spread, those fans, the looting, the violence, and basically used it as a political sort of stance. So further go on, so based on our professional judgment, we believe this measure will help mitigate risk to public safety. So the police are actually taking care of the public first, and I appreciate that. However, MPs are coming out, and the one from Droitwich and Evesham, Nigel Huddleston, has said football and sport has enormous power to unite. The decision gives it into the forces of hatred and division. Listen, I don't think these fans are coming here to, as it says, power and unite. These fans are going to come to England, a massive platform for them to protest, to share their voice on the situation in Israel. It says, are we seriously saying that in modern Britain we cannot guarantee the safety of Jewish people on our streets and in our sports ground? I'm not okay with that. Every effort should be made by all stakeholders to overturn this decision. Kier has slammed it. The Tory leader has called it a national disgrace. But what they're forgetting is that actually there have been other instances in this. 39 people were arrested after the violence broke out in the build-up to Villa's last game in 2023 against Legia Warsaw. You didn't hear any politician talk about that. There have been protests at various sporting events over the war in Gaza, including when Israel's national team played Norway and Italy recently. Look, at the end of the day, right, we don't want to see this. And finally, the Amsterdam officials described toxic combination of anti-Semitism, hooliganism, and anger over the war in Gaza, Israel, and everywhere else in the Middle East. So there is a lot of fuel and anger over this. And I think what we're trying to say is correct. But basically, this sporting event shouldn't be centered around the politics behind it all. Now, some people are going, oh, it's a disgrace, as all these MPs. We can't protect Jewish people. We should be able to protect Jewish people. We should be firing down anti-Semitism. Okay, But what they're also sort of saying, and I get that, and we should be able to protect the Jewish community. The Jewish community should be able to live freely in England, in the UK, anywhere in the world, and not be targeted to hatred and violence. But comes that will be the right to protest and how to do that. But at the same time, they've been involved in a violent clash before. They're doing the right thing by stopping it again. It's a terrible time in the world, in Gaza. The tensions are high. They nearly banned Maccabi Tel Aviv in the competition. They nearly got rid of all Israeli teams in the competitions to stop this. They have taken the right strategy, in my opinion, for the safety of normal, everyday sport fans who are just there to watch the sport. And anyone who wants to get involved in the political stance of it all, take that someplace else. Not at a sports ground where there are kids, children, families, avid sport fans. But second of all, let's go to Kier Starmer's comments. This is what the Prime Minister is freaking saying, and it drives me nuts. Does this guy actually know he's the Prime Minister? This is the wrong decision. We will not tolerate anti-Semitism on our streets. The role of the police is to ensure all football fans can enjoy the game without fear of violence or intimidation. Well, first of all, you stripped all the powers of the police. They are your puppets. They do as they say. And they are basically, for me, so under-equipped, so having to do what the administration wants. And they are in fear of not doing the right thing. But second of all, they're putting themselves in a position they don't need to put themselves in, which is basically asking for trouble and violence. Second of all, and importantly to me, does this guy realize he's the prime minister? Like, I'm going to say it again. You know, you have a way to overturn power. You have a way to change decision making. You have a way to influence things. You are the prime minister. No, you're a coward and you're weak, and you've literally hidden behind the freaking screen to voice how you feel rather than doing anything about it. So let's see how the public have now reacted to this. By the way, this is telling when you go on the quote tweets. Have a look at this. Have a look at this. And also, by the way, this is what you're defending. Okay, Maccabi fans filmed chanting racist slogans against Arabs upon arrival at Ben Gurion from Amsterdam. And look, you know, certain chants from their group, as you can see, says, yeah, some very strong stuff. Let the IDF F. Yeah, there are no schools because no children left. It's sickening. These are real time sort of things that were shown, and again, you sort of when you hear that stuff and do that, you will literally be asking for trouble and violence. Now, have a look at this. Again, mentioned in the article, F off your weapon. You and your colleagues didn't say a word when West Midland police made the decision to refuse the entire Legia Warsaw fan base entry because of their conduct. But of course, it's Israelis, so break out the violins. Their behaviour in Amsterdam was abhorrent. Great word there. It's true. It's true. I think if it was some Eastern Europeans, Polish or some Lithuanians or Latvians or Estonians or something like that, you wouldn't hear anything of it. Emily Houston, you are literally the Prime Minister, Kier. Facts. Rob Warner, it's not about anti Semitism, it's about straight up violence. Just like when Legia Warsaw fans weren't allowed into Villa Park. It's all right for English fans to be branded as hooligans all over Europe, but these scruffs get away with it in case we hurt anybody's feelings. Fact. That woke culture, that snowflake culture of not being able to say how it is because you don't want to be accused of being anti Semitic is crazy. Rob Warner is absolutely spot on there. There's some more. This clown cannot be serious. Gosh, he should tell the Prime Minister. He's literally been trolled. Big fan of thousands of violence, fascist ultras smashing up the streets of British City, are you? That's how the people feel. It's utterly mental that you can just lie about something being anti Semitic as the Prime Minister of Britain and everything's absolutely fine. There is no gaslighting, too embarrassing for these people. Social media is awash with genuine outrage, not paid propagandists who are appalled that notoriously violent, racist, fascist thugs would deem not welcome a match. Shameless tweet. And it goes on. He gets bashed. He gets absolutely bashed. The public are furious. It's embarrassing for him. And once again, he's made himself look like an idiot. So let's hear your thoughts on this one. And yeah, people are furious over Kier Starmer. Do you think they should be at the game? Do you think they should be allowed to come and support, or have the West Midlands police done the right thing? We'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm out of here. Ta-da.